Just 8 years ago, Shrishti and the Namma Metro Corporation shook hands on a deal that would forever change the landscape of the metro stations. For the very first time, government-sanctioned public art could flood the metro stations and had the possibility to redefine an average commuter's experience completely. Since then, over 700 students, 200 plus city, national, and international artists, and 20 plus faculty have participated in this grand endeavor. This video will celebrate the works of the current summer interns and go about how they went about setting their goals and achieving them in order for themselves and the metro station to thrive. This is Cubbon Park Metro Station, the satellite headquarters for art and transit. The real headquarters is in N5. Among the vast and labyrinthine corridors of N5 reside two of AIT's most crucial lifelines, Mr. Nirate Alva and the Finance Department. Mr. Nirate Alva is the project lead of AIT and is also a famous TV person. He is the go-to guy to get any permissions for all of AIT's projects and endeavors. He is an absolute beast when it comes to connections and writing people for permission because he is incredibly charismatic, wholesome, verbose and relentless. By whatever means, he will get AIT that permission. In the same building on the same floor resides the Finance Department, in charge of handling all of AIT's finances. They are the best because, well, they give AIT the money to make their grandiose projects possible. This is Cubbon Park and this is its metro station, the satellite HQ of AIT. Here is where the interns and the on-site lead Yash Bhandari have spent the majority of their last 2 months at. Yash Bhandari is the main man here on site. He is the one that gathers the crew and gets stuff done. He is in charge of everything that isn't on the N5 campus. The man is an accomplished artist, a CKP graduate, has his own collective called Gichugalu and joined AIT on a stroll across Cubbon Park while catching Pokemon.
Yes, Mr. Yes is here. Yes. What would you say about AIT? Any comments on AIT?
No comment.
And there you have it, the mastermind, the genius behind AIT. Looking around the station, it looks like we have caught them in the middle of a meeting. Let's go eavesdrop on their meetings and ask the interns what new world problems are they trying to solve now, shall we? Hello Sumitra.
Hello Sudhee.
Hello Sumedha. Hello Nivedan.
Hello.
Hello Bhavana.
Hi Sudhee.
Mr. Daksh, hello.
Hello.
Hello Jasraj.
Hello.
Hello Murtaza.
Hello.
Hello Shivani.
Hello.
Hello Sudhee Shyam. How do you do? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What did you do at AIT?
Very refreshing. This is probably my 5th internship and I thought I was able to give all of my energy to it. So yeah.
It was different from college and something outside of classroom. It was different that way and that was fun. I think I talked to people a lot more. I mean, it was very like people involved activities. So that way I learned a lot. I'm really glad I joined it.
It was quite interesting. I didn't really expect the kind of work that I would get to do here because I thought the kind of artwork that we see in the metro station, especially Cubbon Park Metro Station, I thought we would be doing something related to that, like a mural or some paintings or art related kind of content. But I got to explore a lot of other things like designing, wayfinding. Even I was part of the Well Diggers project, Water Stories book. I did illustrations for it. So it was different kind of tasks and opportunity. So it was kind of like refreshing and interesting.
It's been very hectic, but the work that we have been doing with the BMRCL has been really following the design processes that we are not exposed to much when it comes to the college. So it's been a good experience for me.
Last 2 months was great. I learned to work with a lot of people, which is something I was horrible at before. I'm still pretty horrible at it, but slightly better. I liked working with so many people. It was great. I liked working in such an environment where everyone's like from a completely different background and we're all bringing different things to the table. And when it all comes together, it's actually really great.
It was a bit hectic, but then at the same time, I think I got what I wanted. I wanted to talk to a lot of people. Right now, I just feel like I don't want to talk to anyone because I talked to a bunch of people in the last 2 months, especially when the survey happened. We had to like get people to take our surveys, right? And talking to them in Kannada and people who don't know Kannada, we talk to them in English. We pull school them and explaining them what we were doing, all that stuff. It was pretty fun.
It was very intense, but it was a good experience. I got to work with a lot of people outside my college circle, and it was quite different, but it was a unique and nice experience overall.
It was, I think, more than expected in terms of the ground realities, and that actually made it much more interesting because we as students are already used to like many projects, but when it comes to deploying it in a real field, it becomes much more fascinating. So yeah, many things to learn, not just with respect to skill sets, but how to handle the institute, the management, all the stakeholders who are involved. So yeah.
Well, the last 2 months of AIT have been very hectic. Like, did so much work. I've never done this much work all my life. Like, I've gotten out of the house so much. I've used the metro so much. The only other time I used the metro this much was like to going to gaming cafes and stuff. I got to host a lot of events, curate a lot of stuff, and also work on multiple things to improve the general experience of the metro, which was like very nice because I loved the metro. So what would you say your role was at AIT?
I was a graphic designer and I also helped with the survey project.
I signed up for human-centered design, but I ended up doing a lot of different things. The first thing was we started with the survey. There was a bunch of different parts to that, like rephrasing the questions of the survey and also facilitating it, which was another part. And also at the end, taking all the commuters' feedbacks and making illustrations. So yeah, I did a lot more like diverse stuff than I signed up for.
So I basically signed up for graphic designer and illustrator role. I got to do a lot of illustration work in terms of be it the illustrations for the Water Stories book or even poster designs for the events and surveys that happen for wayfinding.
My role at AIT was to basically be a solid artist resident, but at the same time bringing design elements into the project of wayfinding to create better wayfinders. So basically be able to visualize everything that's there already better.
When any one of us had an idea, the rest of us would come and support that person with their idea and follow it through till the end. And whenever I had an idea, everyone else would do the same. So that was great. Apart from that, we worked on a survey and we all together anchored it. But basically my role, I think, was just to support everyone else.
I didn't have a role as such. Whatever projects that I could help out with, I helped out with those projects. Like, I did a lot of things like edited some videos, designed some logos for the Void and like other events that we were doing. Been just doing whatever I could help out with and like, you know, whatever our peers wanted.
My role was just like supporting other people and whatever they had to do. So I took part in the survey and stuff like that, and I just supported people and helped them in whatever they needed.
Initially, we had come up with the proposal to strategize the wayfinding systems and how can we make it better. Starting off with the research and report, that was the initial role I was involved in, where I was curating the wayfinding survey and how we're going to conduct it and how we're going to use the other resources like the grievances books, gather insights, collate, and then use those research to strategize architecture on how we should go about designing the wayfinding signages, murals, and then assisting my other teammates of AIT on how to strategically and logically think whether to deploy in this space and how it's supposed to go. So that's where my strategic skill set that I want to build upon was working out. I think my role was into research, strategizing.
Well, my role at AIT was, I think, student curator. That's what I signed up for. But I got to do my fair share of student curating as well as doing more design oriented work like making illustrations, making signs, all of that jazz. But my primary focus was building community and interacting with people. That is where I shined mostly, especially during the survey. Me being like a theater kid and stuff, it came very naturally for me to go and hit up and talk to like random people and get them to do the survey, which is where I think my skills were best put to use.
And those were the brave souls who chose to weather the storm of AIT over the summer, which entailed working with the government, working in public, performing in public, and working for free. Their chapter closes in the beginning of August. They leave hoping that the data they collected will be embraced and approved by BMRCL, and the future interns of AIT will make their wayfinding dreams a reality.